Okay, so we're gonna start. I'm gonna read a poem, and then I'll talk a little bit about Kat, and then anybody who wants to come up, just speak from where you are. You certainly don't have to move. Hello, hello out there in Kat2 Kitt land. Okay, so thank you everyone for being here, but I think that we all feel thanked or grateful for having known Kat, and that's why we're here. I want to say hello to Cynthia and welcome her and any family members who are watching. We're a group of people from around the world that found Kat and supported and support creativity and life and what we do here in Second Life. I'm going to start with a poem by Robert Burns. It's called Epitaph on a Friend. An honest man here lies at rest, the friend of man, the friend of truth, the friend of age and guide of youth. Few hearts like his with virtue warmed, few heads with knowledge so informed. If there's another world, he lives in bliss. If there is none, he made the best of this. I will copy out the poem for the record. Hey, Flitz. So I met Kat2 Kitt maybe within the first 2 weeks of being here, because it was before the show, before the second question, as it was then called. And I met him on Paradox Olber's Great Sim Spindrift. And it was on the ground floor where he was working on some fantastic pieces of, it looked like spinning artwork and also media stuff, because he was always on the forefront of that. And of course, as a complete noob, I was blown away, and here you're talking to a panda in a spacesuit on a bicycle, and just anything can happen. And we became friends, and when the studio went up in Spindrift, he of course came by, and there was just nothing else to say but would you be part of the show. And he even offered, and in fact he recorded the very first show. I have a tape of it somewhere, and that he ran around on his bicycle and blowing bubbles and doing turns and wowing everyone, and became an integral part of the show and a dear friend. So I spoke to him often. I had real life contact with him. He put the first question on CableNet in Manhattan, on Manhattan Cable. He was an aerospace engineer undergraduate. Did you know that? He was an aerospace engineer undergraduate and became advisor and a computer expert at School of Visual Arts, and of course a teacher, and moved into art, showing us all how life is indeed an evolution. He's forever warm, forever honest, forever upbeat, and deep, and serious. And so I miss him terribly, and his death was very sudden and tragic. And that, if anybody else would like to say anything, I would be very glad, as I'm sure all of us will be, to hear. Thank you.
Yeah, I'll just say this. Kat absolutely brightened everybody's day. He did such a great job, put a lot into doing the show. Really good friend of everybody, and yeah, he was always just a great opener. Brightened it up, and of course, we would always make horrible, horrible mistakes on the show. But yeah, that was just part of it. It's a live show. So he was always there to lighten the mood, get everybody giggling, and just made it a lot of fun in general. Great guy. He will be missed.
He will be. He was a complete original. Never a dull moment. And always neat stuff. Always
And
for the
smart as a
arts.
whip too.
Ah, yeah, he was. He really was. Oh, gosh. Is there an access list for here, or can anybody come?
There's also this gallery where his work is here in his printing press, and after we have the remembrances, we can go in and look around and feel him through his work, his the cyanotypes.
Oh, yeah, go ahead, Panacea. Yep.
Hugs, RJ. Hugs.
Oh, let me see. Well, I know Kat set the bar for the performances at the first and second question. He did so many cute things, and they were all so simple yet so elegantly cute. You couldn't help but just want to grab him up and hug him. And I did love his printing presses. They were something else. And of course, his artwork. Unbelievable.
Kat had wanted to do a series, a science fiction series about a space panda who was in a tiny spaceship powered by soda. And the spaceship was powered by soda, and it was going to be called the Sodavators. About the search for a panda, for the last female panda in the universe to save the species. And he was, it was just great. The Sodavators.
Can everybody hear me? Hello?
Yep.
You hear me? Okay.
I'm
All right. We would work hard on the Pookie show, the first question, and develop some really cool things like getting eaten by alligators, doing high wire stunts, um, setting ourselves on fire, blowing ourselves up. And the cool thing was that, we put a lot of time into it and have a lot of fun. And then we get the countdown. And and as soon as it was time to perform, we would just get stuck in lag. And Pookie would be up there saying, and now Kat and Nemo will, run from alligators. And there we would be standing. There's a lot of that was caught on it's in the archives of the first question. and I always thought that was funny. And but the people who went got to see a good show, and they get there early, and um, it was a lot of fun. And that's my main memory. And like Pet said, the printing press was amazing. I just and he also had one in real life that he rebuilt, a 19th century, a 19th century printing press. So yeah, he was just an amazing guy. So that's what I remember, and I'll cherish that forever.
And he was always topping himself. He was never content with, staying at one place with the act. He rode a bicycle through flaming hoops. He rode a pogo stick through them, and then he flew a tiny helicopter through flaming hoops. And he jumped over the hamster wheel of death. I mean, he just kept kept doing amazing stuff, and it translated, of course, into his art and his work, and the pieces are so beyond sensitive. And that's also something he had. He had such a unique sensitivity to the world. And I'm really glad we got a chance to know him.
I had a shop where I invited artists to come and put their stuff just for free. And if they sold anything, the money would go to them, of course. And Matt's was the only stuff that sold. I think there were 5 or 6 people in there, and whenever anything sold, it was his. And there was a lot of nice stuff in there, but people did seem to really like his cyanotypes. Of course they would, because they're gorgeous. That was neat. Say that again? talking, RJ. I'll check it. RJ, if you show your Procaster sound mixer on the stream again, we could take a look at it and see maybe your mic isn't in there if you want to.
Any better?
You can trust Pat on this.
All right, we should have something now.
Okay, you have speakers audio. You should add your microphone.
Yep.
That's it. You did it. That's it.
Can I get a job now? Guys, I wanted to just say again that thank you all for coming out here. This is probably one of Matt's biggest groups of friends. Knowing him, he's met and left an impression on a lot of folks, both in real life and here in Second Life. But a lot of us can appreciate that this was a safe place for Matt to come when he wasn't feeling the best. When he was feeling like he wanted to explore more of his art, this would be a venue for that, and that we were able to work together and collaborate with him. I feel extremely honored to have met Matt and to know him as a fellow, as a brother, as somebody who I would think we're both only children, but if I ever had a brother, I'd want Matt. So that's really all I can say without getting all crazy. We're supposed to be having kind of a celebration here. I could tell you that since my lag situation sorted itself a little bit, there are all kinds of Matt-themed things around here, including the Panda sailboat, which he asked me to create one time for a fundraiser for Pandas International. Panda International is one of Matt's favorite real-life nonprofits, and he was very passionate about it, obviously. And you can get a copy. All you have to do is click on the stone plaque in front of the boat, just a little bit to the north of here. I think it's north. Matt lived in he had a very protected life. I can say that. I knew his folks. But he also was the guy that would always put himself out there at the most risk. And he excelled at opening people's eyes to the wonder of things. Physical things that everybody else would forget about, like an old 78 Corvette sitting up resting in the parking lot down the street. He would take pictures of it and dream about it and give it to other people to share. And the things that we collected from the marinas near his dad's house, and picking up these driftwood planks and putting them together, essentially creating something out of nothing, out of waste. That launched me into a whole collaborative career with Matt. And well, like I said, it changed me, and I appreciate just being able to be close to something like that. We shared so much, even in just the last 5 years, over the projects that we worked on, starting with dome houses and things in Second Life. He sent me a video of this letterpress that he had access to. I didn't know it was his letterpress, but turns out he wanted to share this object, this thing, with all of us. And here we are, standing in front of his shop, and there's the printing press going in there, because he really knew that it was special. And I don't want to repeat myself, but I guess one of his gifts was to take the ordinary and everyday things that we might not see and overlook in the weeds and bring them into the light and let us appreciate it as art, as a product of hands. And yeah, that's about all I can say right now. It comes and goes. I'll find my voice. I'm probably going to just keep chatting it up. But Matt's story is something that we can all share and that we can bring to other people and save those pandas, damn it.
You saw him so, I just see him so infrequently, but I always knew he was there. And now, even if he's gone, he's still kind of here, you know? It's kind of weird. Okay, so the Panda Ball's working now. If you just click it, you can open it and copy to inventory. So thank you, Pookie. That was nice.
Can you click on the big panda? There's a bubble HUD thing in it, and you can wear bubbles.
Oh boy. Bubbles are good.
I think I'm accidentally wearing the contents of the box.
Oops.
I, yeah, I did something silly.
That's silly. Let me see if I can pull those pictures out I have of him now. Let's see. Guess objects. Pictures of cat. Panacea, I'm going to give these to you. Maybe you can put them out.
Is everybody having a problem getting the box?
Yeah, I'm afraid so, Pookie. It says you can copy it. It says you can copy it, but I'm not so sure it's working.
You can't
Unfortunately.
take it into inventory?
No. We can edit it, but and I can
You
open
can't.
it. Oh wait, there it is. But it's empty.
Yes?
No, it's coming in empty.
Okay, maybe I should take it back and try
Check the
to
properties on it, you know?
check the packaging.
Yeah, check all the little check marks. Like, it should say, click to take a copy or something down the bottom of it. Let me see. Wait a minute.
But it doesn't say take. Okay, hold on. Oh,
Yeah, let's look at the bottom. You can't modify. Okay, about 3/4 of the way down, it says click to, and then there's a drop down. And whatever that drop down says, it should say click to buy object, and you can set it for 0, or it could just be set on touch, and that might work. Okay, let me find Panacea. I'm looking for that. Hold on, hold on. Oh, there they are.
okay, I did something. I did something. For those of you watching, this is part of a discussion that we have all the time over how to fix the world, global issues, code.
Right. There we go. There's some pictures in the back there. Are they big enough? Hmm. But yeah.
I just wanted to say, Kat was one of the first people that I met in Second Life. I was building a book art studio, and he found me somehow and landed on top of my printing press. And he was just so enthusiastic about art and printing. And I later did an article about book arts in Second Life, and he graciously agreed to be interviewed for it and contributed some really great insights. I'm really going to miss him. I have a picture of him on top of my printing press. I'll post a link in a local chat.
Is my mic on? Yeah. I remember one time he was, when I first met him in 2007, I think, he was working on a tiny little city. And it was just this little, super small little, it must have been about a meter wide, meter long. And it was, it's like a city block or something. I'm not sure what he was going to do with it, but he always had some great stuff. But we always talked about some stuff he was working on and stuff I was working on. We didn't talk very often. I remember him telling me about his press and showing me his artwork. And I still can't get anything out of that ball over there. That's all I had to say. He was a good guy. We'll miss him.